Public Health and Wellness Initiative. Dr. S.A. Kelsey is going to talk to us on a very important topic. Please let's appreciate the representative of this organization. You're welcome.
Such a pleasure to be
aircraft